People be wondering when we gonna fall out, when we gonna go back to what we was on. Nah, man. Yeah, we gonna keep riding, you feel me? Yeah. Yeah, hold up, though. Talk to y'all, though. Peace. Real Judah.
I'm riding with Yasa, I'd rather die with the eye, but look, we live with no worries, yeah, Hakuna Matata, watch me ride with this third cold slow. No perm, but I got soul glow. I've been losing the wind and breath at the same time. This the father's plan, homie, no, it ain't mine. I've been riding for a minute, you can tell it ain't no gimmick, now logo like the no limit tank sign. I will keep riding till I reach my goals. Focused on Abba, ain't worried about beef, and I don't sip on drink, I ain't worried about foes. Walked in the light when I speak, but it shows. No, I ain't cried, but from death I have rose. Risen, living, water I'm sipping. I got the world watch, it keeps me on my toe. Bloodline, spiritual gold, I'm blessed, I suppose. I'm high and I can't cool out. Place and I might go now. Meek, that don't mean I'm south. I'm going for the rock, brother, don't get mouse. Go against me, you've already lost. Cause the king cut it, that's my boss. I'ma push it to the limit, cause I'm about my father's business. I don't care if it didn't, or there's no gas in it, cause we gon' ride it. We gon' ride it. Ride till the wheels fall off. Ride till the wheels fall off. We gon' ride it. We gon' ride it. Ride till the wheels fall off. Ride till the wheels fall off. No, we gon' ride it.
Listen, you know the word of the call.
Yeah, the wheel.
Even if they were to fall,
Let them break.
metaphorically my ball.
Woo.
No, I will not fall off.
Never denying the heart. Wake up the fire, the cause. Return to the covenant law. Cover a number of flaws. You sure you the one that we call?
Shalom, I see my brother Allen in the building. Wow, salute my brother.
If you let my side,
In the building, sign the building.
Symbols return I. And by the four tribe, real Judah gon' ride. In this hard time, line me up online and precept on precept. If you ain't sticking with it, then procedure. You hate made but couldn't break. Hope you see that. Who you need my reject is waking the elect. No longer bound by how you be with me at. If that make me a traitor, nigga, I'll be where the key at. And daddy, I'ma ride to the end, and I mean that.
We gon' ride it. We gon' ride it. Ride till the wheels fall off. Ride till the wheels fall off. We gon' ride it. We gon' ride it. Ride till the wheels fall off. Ride till the wheels fall off. No, we gon' ride it.
Welcome to the Hebrew state of being. I am your humble servant and host for tonight. I am Kyle. In the building, I got my Rev, Esther, Sharonda, and I got my young Hebrew in the building. I said already, I gave shouts out to my brother Allen that's in the building. Good seeing you, man. I hope you are able to stay in tonight because we're going to talk about some things, man. I definitely need your comments. My brother Yuan is in the building, all praises. See, Jeanette's in the building. Yes, Ty. Yes, we are waiting for our frankincense and myrrh over here. Ty, our candle. Yes, we are. Just want to let you guys know we are ready to purchase our candle. And the soap is looking good. So with all that, LaShawn, I see my family in the building. LaShawn, Queen, how you doing? Love you. I pray the family is doing well. We got to talk. I see my brother Adan is in the building. All right, man. So tonight, before I start, please, all of you guys, support the sisters, the queens that are on our channel and purchase something from their channels. Go to Ty, go to Sharonda, Miss Artist 28, and Art by Sharonda. And find something you'll see on there, like, and purchase. Our women are creative in their hands, and they are creating ways to make money outside of this beast system. So just like we hear on all the different platforms to support black businesses and communities coming together, please support our coatees that are branching out so that they can be blessed by the Most High, get the barakas of the Most High outside of this beast system. So go to Art by Sharonda and please go to Ty's channel. Ty, put your info up so that everybody can know where to get your candles and your soap from. All praises. That's right, them doers. That's right, them doers. You know what I'm saying? And all my Hebrew brothers, I want to salute my brother Yawan for supporting his rib and being for all in. That's what we have to do as men, support our women as we are embarking on our endeavors as well. So with that said, we're gonna get tonight is gonna be a little odd because I'm feeling a little odd. So I think we're gonna go a little deep tonight. We're gonna go a little philosophical. We're gonna look at this playing field that we're dealing with through the eyes of the Most High in Hosea chapter 12. Hosea chapter 12 is explaining to us the Most High's love for us. Hosea 12, 13, 14, basically, they are, thank you, Ty, roles of Billy. Yes, I see my brother August is in the building. So Hosea, at this point, if you don't know about Hosea's story, because Hosea's story is very similar to our story as a people, Yasharala, Yehuda, Judah. See, Hosea had a whore for a wife. I'm so thankful that I got a virtuous woman for my rib. Don't take discount, don't take that for granted, my brothers, when you have a virtuous woman in your midst. You may be arguing, you may be having disagreements, the bedroom may not be as smooth as you want, but you better understand the value of virtuous woman because that's something that you can build upon. Shalom, Chanel, I see you in the building. So Hosea had the opposite. Hosea's wife was Gomer. Gomer was a whore, and she would cheat on him, even though they had 3 kids, even though they were a family. His wife would cheat upon him, leave him, go be with other men, incur debts with those men, spend up those men's wallets, right? And then leave those men. And she would have debts with them. Some even threw her in jail. This is what Hosea was dealing with. When you read chapters 1 through 4 and 5, you'll understand that Hosea never broke his covenant. The word that he gave unto the Most High, that this was his wife, he didn't break that. He accepted and even paid for her mistakes and kept the children and the house intact. I mean, you say, well, most dudes would say that's a sucker for love. That he was an absolute sucker for love. Well, understand that Gomar is you. Understand, Hosea is the Most High. We as a people have been whoring with other gods. We've been whoring with materialistic things. We've been whoring with idolatry. We've been whoring with our personal desires. We've been whoring with our flesh. But yet the Most High keeps his covenant. So do you think your creator is a sucker for love? Well, guess what? You better pray that he is. You better pray that your creator is a sucker for love, because you don't deserve the love. Let's just be quite frank at this moment, at this time. You and I don't deserve the love of the Most High. We hoard with our parents' idolatry. We were willing participants in being in idolatry church of Jesus, of Allah, of whatever it was, non-denominational churches, Baptists, whatever it was. We participated in this whoredom because the Most High, our Creator, is not in them churches. They're not in those mosques. They're not in those buildings. The Most High told you that his tabernacle is the entire earth. It is the sky, it is the sun, it's the moon, it's the luminaries. That's his tabernacle. No building is his tabernacle. So any building that you was in, calling yourself righteous, you were being idolatrous. You were being a whore. Thank you, Alan. It's his grace and his mercy. So you better pray that your creator is a sucker for love, like Hosea. You better pray that the Most High is a sucker for love and keeps the covenant that he has with you, because we don't deserve it. So in this chapter 12, we're gonna look at the fact that the Most High kept his covenant with Yasharallah and Yehuda, no matter what our whoredom looked like. I speak with my Aboriginal brother that we're going to be doing a show called Aboriginal Talk. We're going to be launching that podcast in a month or so. And I love having the conversations with him, who comes from a family that is the Yamasee tribe of Florida, right? That was once spanned all the way to Louisiana with the Shatta, right? It was a banner, a kingdom that was here from Florida all the way to Texas. So his family don't have the story of Jesus. They ain't got the story of Allah. They have an ancient they have an ancient history on these lands. They believe in the Great Spirit. So these stories in our scripture to him are just that, stories. But what I explained to him is that these parables are for a particular people, and that he and I can agree whether he thinks that we as a people, as the Shemitic people, being before Eber, before we crossed over the Euphrates, before there was Abraham singled out of this iniquity of Egypt that we're still in, before Abraham was singled out, right? Before he was singled out and said, from this point on, this seed, there was a Noah. And in Noah, there was a Shem. And that's the people and the line in which this scripture is coming from. Don't be confused by the Abrahamic faiths. Don't be confused by the New Testament. Don't be confused by Muhammad. Don't be confused by the Talmud. That this Hebrew thing, this word of Eber, that came along after Abraham, there was a people prior to. And before the 3,000 years ago, when the Assyrians took Yasharallah, the northern tribes, which is what Hosea is speaking about. Hosea is speaking about that time when we got put in captivity by Assyria and then we fled. That was 3,000 years ago. So I explained to him that, yeah, we had a wave that came 3,000 years ago with the Assyrians, but as Shemitic people, as people that were connected to the Phoenicians, to the Levants, when we understand our history, they traveled the world. They were merchants. They traded with everybody, including the Yamasee, the indigenous, the Aborigine here. So even though the Europeans try to give you a square peg and give you words like Eber and Hebrew and Assyrians and give you these time frames, we have to understand that we are a royal seed from Adam. We're not just a Hebrew. See, your covenant with the Father has been with us through no matter what name, no matter what doctrine. His covenant has been with his people. And yes, like it or not, there are some people that ain't his people. There are some people that ain't his people. If he singles out a people, if he said in Genesis that he brought Adam and Eve to replenish, not to start, to replenish, not to start, but to replenish. That means there was people beforehand, and that he is now replenishing his seed because he has wiped out, he has destroyed. Let's not forget that there was Nephilim before the flood and after the flood. Let's not forget that Adam was afraid to go outside of the garden because he may be killed by some people. Let's not forget about Cain. See, it's not going to be pretty. See, this world ain't pretty. This construct ain't pretty. They've been lying for centuries, for millenniums. And then when you peel back the onion and you realize that it's been so many millennia ago that who's your capturer now is insignificant of why you are where you are. Oh, I hope my intellectuals are with me tonight. I pray that somebody has an ear to hear tonight. That when you really dig into being and knowing knowledge of the Most High, because the word and the title of the show tonight is Yada, knowledge. Yada is the Paleo Hebrew word for knowledge. Knowledge does not mean that you read something. Knowledge means that you have experienced it. You have experienced it. You know it personally. It is intimate with you. That's what knowledge of the Most High is. That's what the Most High is. That's what we strive, Alana, to have. To have Yada, knowledge of the Most High. Not knowledge of the world, not knowledge of their systems, but an intimate relationship, an intimate back and forth, an intimate movement with a live entity, because the Creator is living. We're not talking about death and having keys to hell and shall. Oh, miss me with that. My Creator is a living God. My Father says he is not around iniquity. His face cannot bear it. He cannot be around it. He is not around death. And black and dark is not death. Darkness is where the Most High created all things. He did not create the light till after he created the heavens and the earth. See, I'm talking about the covenant before there was light. I'm talking about the covenant of your Creator that you and I need to pray that he's a sucker for love. Blowing up the internet is Dave Chappelle. Absolutely outstanding craftsmanship in the way he delivered his message. Absolute perfection in his deliverance, in his wordplay, in his tapestry, and in his roundup at the end. From an orator to another orator, perfection. Now, the problem with that perfection is that you might miss the smoke and mirror. See, the title is knowledge, Yada. Hosea speaks of the idolatry. Idolatry is not just the Jesus piece, the rock of Mecca. Idolatry is anything that separates you and keeps you from the Most High. Anything that you covet. So when you go through things and you as a human having a human experience, and I'm using the verbiage from that orator, when you're having a human experience, when he speaks about Daphne, when he brings everybody to a crescendo of feeling, he brings everybody, perfection. He brings everybody to a heartfelt crescendo of his defense that he's not against transgenders or hate transgenders because he has a friend that was a transgender. And he wants to be praised for his humility that he has for another transgender. Dave Chappelle is being attacked, has been, as he stated, 16 years. He's been haunted. He's been tracked. He's been caught unsuspecting in social situations. He laid this out. He's an orator. Listen to what he said. He was pleading his case, and his case at the end was that he should understand that both you and he, that he is sympathetic to iniquity. And then he wraps that up and says that you iniquitous people, transgenders, stop beating up on my people. Now, the my peoples that he references, and he uses the scripture to do so. If you paid attention, I see my brother Jeremy in the building, my brother Tripp in the building. If you listen to Dave Chappelle, if you really a person that understands language and how they flip it, he is telling you that because of the pain that he has felt from being tracked, that he doesn't deserve that from these oppressors because he loves them. He loves the oppressor as well. Because see, the transgender community is oppressing him. So he's speaking to his oppressor that wants to cancel him. He's pleading his case. And he's telling the oppressor, I love people like you, my oppressor. I love you, Whitey. I love you. Excuse me. I love you, transgender. I even got a friend that I did for, that I'm going to do for, because my heart is with your iniquity. You just not understanding that I'm talking about white people and not you. I'm not talking about your iniquity. I'm talking about Caucasians and all of us that's looking for a champion. All of the black people that's looking for somebody to stand up and say something for us. We give him all the applause. We give him all the support in the back. But not once will we support the Most High. When somebody starts talking about the Most High and his laws and how to get the same thing that Dave Chappelle is talking about, we want to turn that off. We want to talk about that Bible talk. And that's the same reason you want to turn that Bible talk off, is because a white man gave you a concept of it, because you won't read it yourself. Because just like you are screaming for Dave Chappelle and stupidity, you are in your own stupidity when you refuse to read and get the scripture and get the understanding of the covenant that's for you. I pray my intellectuals are listening. I pray that my orators are getting this. Because it's a bamboozle, hoodwinking is happening right before your eyes. And it's so beautifully done by one of the greatest, as he calls himself, the GOAT. I mean, are y'all listening to my nigga words? Yeah, I enjoyed it. I laughed. I watched it twice. But are you listening to my nigga's words? What I'm just trying to get y'all to understand is that, like Dave, all of us When we are hurt, we run to iniquity to band-aid the iniquity in which we did. That's all I'm trying to tell you. Gomar was the same whore. Gomar went in debt with all these other men. Had her husband to come and bail her out, but she still couldn't come to him. Even after he bailed her out, even after Hosea took care of all her debts, Gomer was still afraid to come back and face her reality. Dave Chappelle and us refuse to face our reality. We rather have it given to us in an entertaining manner than the truth. We rather have it given to us in laughter to make it seem like it's all good. I guess, I got no words to explain that. What I can tell you is that these scriptures speaking about exactly what Dave is talking about. When we go to the scriptures, nobody wants to do. They want to cut their ears off of that because you holier than thou. You believing in something I don't want to hear because you let your oppressor tell you how you should look at your creator. Like your creator created you to be subjected to them. Your creator created you to work to the bones for somebody else. You believe that. Well, by accepting this system, you do. By accepting this system, you do. By just saying, I just got to get along to just do. Let's get to the matter at hand. Let's get to Hosea and understand this. When Hosea says Ephraim, he's talking about the northern tribes, right? And it says, Ephraim feedeth on wind and floweth after the east wind and followeth after the east wind. He daily increaseth lies and desolation, and they do make a covenant with the Assyrians, and oil is carried into Egypt. So this is, in the first line, is telling you, and I am paralleling it to Chappelle's beautiful work. Ephraim feedeth on wind and followeth after the east wind. Feed it. That means it's eating off of whatever is popular, whatever passing through the wind, whatever is the thing. That's what Ephraim feedeth on. It follows after the winds of the east, meaning the Eastern religions. And it says here, he daily increaseth lies and desolation. So Ephraim, the northern tribes, is believing in what Assyrian is telling them. They are believing in the lifestyle of the Assyrians. They are looking up to the Assyrians saying, yo, the Assyrians got it going. We're going to make a covenant. It says it, make a covenant with the Assyrians. Dave, as my brother Yawan said, he compromised himself for the beast system. He made a covenant. But yet, he tried to flip it on you and tell you last night that he walked away from 50 million as though he was against it. You understand the smoke and mirrors of what we're looking at in scripture and what we see right in front of our face. As a man is pleading his case, not only for himself, but for the baby, for Kevin Hart. He's pleading the case for all of Ephraim, for all of Jerusalem. Dave Chappelle is pleading the case. Come on, follow me, guys. Dave Chappelle is feeding off of the popularity and the words that's going on in the world right now. He told you I didn't understand the terminology, the transgender. This, I had to get to understand it. Remember, he's feeding off of the wind. He's following after the east winds of Assyria. He's making a covenant with that, and the oil is carried to Egypt, so he's getting paid for his work. It says, the Most High hath also a controversy with Yehuda, Ivri, and will punish Jacob according to his ways. So again, the Most High tells us over and over again how he's going to punish us. He's punishing us through our own flesh, our own desires, our own iniquities that we want is where he punishes us. No, he's not gonna, you cheat on your wife, you're gonna have problems right there. You're gonna have problems in relationships. You cheat in your business. Your business is not gonna flourish. You beat your child. Your elders treat you the same. Jacob, according to his ways, according to his doings, he recompense him. So he's not going to take you from cheating on your wife and put you in a bamboo jail cell. It don't connect. What will happen is he'll have your wife cheat on you to where you lose your mind, to where you want to go and shoot somebody, to where you get caught trying to go and kill her and the dude, and now you're stuck in jail. See, that's how the Most High does it for you. He allows you to fall into your own iniquity. It says, and the Most High hath also a controversy with Yehuda the Ivri, and will punish Jacob according to his ways, according to his doings. Will he recompense him? He took his brother by the heel in the womb, and by the strength he had power with the Creator. He said he took his brother by the heel in the womb. We're talking about the twins, right? We're talking about Esau and Jacob, right? And by his strength, he had power with the Most High. Jacob was the one that was holding on to the heel of Esau. Yea, he had power over the angel and prevailed. He wept. He made supplication unto him. He found him in Beth El, in the house of El. And there he spake with us, even the Most High, the Most High of hosts, even the ruler, the Most High of the hosts. The ruler is his memorial. His rule is his memorial. Hosea 12:5. Even, the Lord means ruler. God, we don't use the word European, it's the Most High. And host is army. So when you're reading that line, you're saying, even the ruler, the creator of all things, the creator of the armies, the ruler is his memorial. His rulership is his memorial. You know him by the fact of what he has done. Let's see. Say that again. You call Jeremiah. Yes, thus said the Most High, lean not on the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for him heathens are dismayed at them. Beautiful precept. Salute, Akoti. Therefore turn thou unto thy Creator. Keep mercy and judgment, and wait on thy Creator continually. They cut the video short for saying trans. Yeah, Alan, my brother, I already know. But Dave Chappelle ain't the only orators, right, Alan? Because that's what the Most High ordained us to be. What's the word? Messianic, right? See, the Most High will take some brother that stutter, Moshe, right? And have him speak to the masses. We got orators, you know what I mean? So let's get to the business of doing it for our Father. Because we can't allow our community to uplift Chappelle and not give the truth of the matter. Because that's what we're here for, the truth. And we can't look at our brother Dave Chappelle and point the finger at him. We got to say, look at what he did and look at how we do it in our lives right now. Because we're not going to get anywhere by pointing the finger. So this ain't a beat down to Chappelle. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I need to have a talk to you about. Yeah, we can do that, Adam. See, this is not a beat down to Dave. This is not a recompense to Dave. This is using Dave as a story, as a parable. This is a real life parable for us. It's the same thing that Yasha did when he came. We're using what Dave is going through and what he has to do on that particular level. And even though he's fighting for his brothers and his sisters, that is in error. When Jeremiah, thank you, Yakar, for the Jeremiah. When Jeremiah was time for him to go into the family business and do his first sacrifices of the temple, the Most High was speaking to Jeremiah to say things that wasn't ordained for the ritual. See, he was an orator. He was supposed to be doing as the rituals of man in the temple said. But the Most High said, no, 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 no. I'm going to need you to do my work, to do my bidding. And until we show our brothers and our coatees what his business is, then they will never know. Not that Dave Chappelle will ever see this, but for the ones that do see this, know that we're not attacking Dave. We salute to Dave. He's great at what he does, but let's understand what message was given. Let's level up our intelligence. Let's level up our spiritual yada, our spiritual knowledge of the Most High, and understand what is entertainment and what is real. And it says, he is a merchant. The balances of deceit are in his hand. Hosea, saying that the Most High has the balance of deceit are in his hand, and he loveth to oppress. And Ephraim said, yet I am become rich. Oh, Dave Chappelle started off the show with, I'm rich and famous. He also stated that, if his dream didn't come true and he was in Walmart shopping with the whites, something went wrong. Ephraim said, yet I become rich. I have found me out substance. In all my labors there shall find none iniquity in me that were sin. Shazam. In the building, I see you in the building. That's not a perspective that Mr. Chappelle can come from. That's for the messianic. That's for the called out assembly. That's our job. I'm not telling you that Dave should have done our job. I'm telling you, as my job, I got to point out what was said. Get it? And because it says, I have found me out substance. In all my labors there shall find none iniquity in me that were sin. And I that am the Most High, thy creator, from the land of Egypt, will yet make thee to dwell in tabernacles. Ooh. We just came out of Feast of Tabernacles. Ain't nobody confused of what he mean by in tabernacles, in dwelling places, right? Tents. As in the days of your solemn feast that we just came out of. Let's rewind. Understand what we're talking about. He's talking about Jacob, talking about the story of holding on to the heel of Esau, that we were the last, but we'll be the first. You understand what he's referencing when he's talking about we had to heal. He's referencing that we are the last, but will be the first. And where was he found? Because we understand Hebrew, we understand that Beth means house, and we understand that El is Arabic for the sun god. We understand that we were born in this sun god cultism of Assyria, of Egypt, and America. He's in the house of the sun. And there he spake with us, even the most high of the armies, that his rulership is the memorial. Therefore, turn to your most high, keep mercy and judgment, and wait on him continually. Why? Because he's a merchant that balances deceit, is all in his hands. And he loveth to oppress the ones that go against him. He loves to oppress the ones that are of iniquity. Ephraim said, I have become rich and found substance in all my labors, that there's no iniquity. See, so his richness is not of the world. His richness is not of the world. Even Dave said he walked away from 50 million because of the iniquity of it, so he understands it. And the fact that he said space Jews. I see my brother Suave Bob in the building. What's up, my brother? Love you, boy. The fact that he spoke of the space Jews as the original remnant people that left and went to the space and came back. The fact that he gave you that to ponder upon the space Jews, saying that the Hebrews are the original, even though he dropped in that jewel, not called the Jews, he dropped Alan. That's why I want to give clarity to the whole thing. Because if he's calling out the space Jews is going to come back and take over everything, well, guess who the space Jews are? That's you, Alan. That's me. And we got to come and give order. Yeah. Yeah. They choose the name. Yeah, they choose none of his ways. Yeah, your car. You know what I'm saying? Proverbs 3:31. Envy thou not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways. Boy, your car, you on it. I know your car's in the building with me tonight. She feeling what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about? In Proverbs 3:32. For the forward is an abomination of the Most High, but his secret is with the righteous. Oh, his secret. See, they can only speak it in the world because they feel the oppression. They can talk about it, but they can only speak from oppression to oppression because his secret has been given to his elect. Whoa, come on now. This is our job, and this hour is only getting worse. The calamities are only coming back faster. Our families are only getting split quicker. And my father told me if I told my little brother that there was a flat earth, that my daddy gonna beat me. This is a man that's close to 70 years old. I just made 49. But the man is firm in his position that he's following this world, and he wants his child to be firm in it. That's my little brother, but it's his child. You understand, families are being split. The Most High is testing. You gonna have mandates. What are y'all not seeing? You have Dave Chappelle pleading for the black race because the new oppressor is the transgender community. He's not appealing. He told you straight up that he's been fighting with the white man, and now the white man to flip the game and said he's a bitch. Oh, yes. I can tell you bitch because it's in the dictionary. It means a female dog. Because a faggot can never be an actual woman because the father didn't create him with the proper workings to be so. So let's be clear, right? Let's be clear. That the white man them flipped it and say, nigga, I'm a woman. I pray y'all was paying attention. Dave was dropping. I told you it was perfection. But did you laugh or did you pay attention? Because Dave did it for you to pay attention. they would applaud exactly what I'm doing. Did y'all laugh or did you understand what he was telling you? The space Jews against the transgenders, homie. You don't get it? did y'all catch it? Transgenders against the space Jews? That's the new fight. They told you he ain't fighting the white man no more. He fighting the transgender. Get it? Dave gave it to you last night. He just, he dropped Jews. But was you paying attention? Was you paying attention? Because in in Hosea chapter 12, verse 8, it says he's rich because there's no sin in him. Because he's not a transgressor. That's why you're rich. You want to know what the value going to be in the future? We went to kiwi shells in the ancient to this paper fiat dollar. Now, you know what the future dollar going to be? Your transgressions, homie. So you ready for the big fight? Space Jews against the transgender? Oh man, to me, it don't care what the name is. It's iniquity for me. It can be white, it can be racist, it can be transgender, it could be satanic, it could be whatever. That's just words that Europeans created. It's all iniquity in the Father's eye. The Father don't care if you're raping a little boy or if you kill an old woman, if you cheat on your wife. It's still the same thing to him. It's iniquity is sin. So you transgender, you ain't no different to me than a nigga that's cheating on his wife or a woman that's cheating on her husband. It's all iniquity. You got the same look from me. So get out your feelings and stop and unbunch your panties, you hoe. It's iniquity. You're a whore. You get it? You get my words? Because I'm orating. I'm orating right now. You get it? You a whore of Babylon. I got problems. And I, that am the Most High, thy Creator, from the land of Egypt, will yet make thee dwell in tabernacles, as in the days of the solemn feast. I have also spoken by the prophets. Here we go. Why am I breaking down my brother Dave tonight? Because I have spoken by the prophets and have multiplied visions and used similitudes by the ministries of the prophets. Is there iniquity in Gilead? Surely there are vanity. Is there iniquity in this world? Surely there is vanity. They sacrifice bullocks in Gilgal. Yea, their altars as heaps of the furrows of the fields. And Jacob fled into the country of Syria. And Israel served for a wife. Assyria and Syria, same place. It said not only did we go up there in captivity, but we act as though the wife, when we are married to the Most High, we got a covenant. We played the whore just like Gomar. Just like we doing to this day. I ain't even plan to be this much of an extrovert tonight. But the Most High is speaking. I guess this is how he wanted me to give it, because I was in a solemn place a little bit earlier. Something that I've been working on. I don't talk about my business on the show because I'm about my Father's business. But in my personal life, I have some business that I'm trying to put forth. And the city of New Orleans itself carjacked me. But I was reminded by one of my brothers that is caught up in iniquity. Just like my brother Dave, who's caught up in iniquity can remind us if we are steeped in the scripture, we can get advice from all. Said to me that all these people do is laying out a path for what you do when they steal from you. When they steal from you, all they do is lay a path for you. Come on, man. Trying to explain to you guys that this world is full of iniquity and full of vanity. We got friends, we got family that are full of iniquity and vanity, that are not righteous, but it does not mean that they may not have wise counsel. And it's wise counsel because you are looking at it through the filter of the Most High. When they say something to you that clicks back to your scripture, then you understand that this was a message for you. Come on, man. You can't dodge iniquity. It's like trying to walk outside in the rain and dodge the drops. You can't. Only a player can walk through the rain and not get wet. And what does that mean? That means that you are not concerned about the rain and being wet because you already wet. Understand the game of the tongue of the oration. See, if you're already immersed in the Most High, when somebody that's in iniquity gives you advice, it comes into you as nothing but the Most High. Do you get what I'm saying? I'm walking through the rain, I'm not getting wet. Real slick talk. You know what I'm talking about? Boy, y'all not understanding. Woo! I give all praises unto the Most High. Woo, woo. When the prophets speak, it's for a reason. When the prophets speak, they speaking of the Most High's words. What your car say? If a man also lie with mankind, oh, there we go. That is. I don't know about y'all, but whoever around your car right now, y'all got some fire going on around you right now. Your car hit them with though. And it says, if a man also lie with mankind, as he lied with the woman, both of them have committed an abomination. They shall surely be put to death. Their blood shall be upon them, not on the Most High. The Most High said, your blood ain't on my hands. You made the decision. And that's how we are. We are saying the same thing as the house of Yehuda, as the house of Ephraim. Whatever these people do in their iniquity has nothing to do with us. That's not on our hands. What my daddy do is not on my hands. What my mama do is not on my hands. What my child do is not on my hands. If I've taught them right, if my child knows right from wrong, it's not on my hands. What Dave brought as a crescendo as his emotional defense is his friend that was in iniquity that he's going to have a trust fund for. That he's going to tell that child that his dad was a heck of a guy. You know the wordplay. Y'all heard it last night. And now we're supposed to walk away and say, that a boy, Dave. That a boy. Though thou Israel play the harlot, yet let not Judah offend. Told y'all your car is on fire. She gave me the precepts for the night like we didn't talk. Like I called your car before we came on. Just said, well, offend and come not ye unto Gilgal. We just read Gilgal, right? It says sacrifice bullocks in Gilgal, right? Neither go ye up to Beth Haven, which is the house of Haven, nor swear the Most High liveth upon them. It says, we, the northern tribes, went up to Assyria and played the harlot, played the wife, when we already have a covenant, when we're already the wife of the Most High. And by a prophet, the Most High brought Yasharallah out of Egypt. And by a prophet was he preserved. So by this messianics that the Most High is calling us to be, we are to preserve, my brother Allen, one at a time, one show at a time, one intimate conversation at a time with somebody on the street that we don't know. One at a time. How the African proverb goes, how do you eat an elephant? One fork at a time. One fork at a time. So the Most High sends his prophets, his messianics, to preserve the people. To preserve the people. Ephraim provoked him to anger most bitterly. Therefore shall he leave his blood upon him, and his reproach shall his Creator return unto him. As I state, the Most High over and over and over again tells you that he's not there when you're falling to your iniquity. When you get blessed in your iniquity, he's not there, because that's going to eventually consume you. Your victory is going to consume you. Most High says, therefore shall he leave his blood upon him. That's right, my brother. That's what matters to the Great Spirit. They blood, sweat, equity. You better believe it. And just because we take setbacks, like I took a setback, I know the victory is still mine. But I'm thankful more than anything that I got a rib that told me lay my head right here and said, we got this victory. It's all good. Rest, baby. I understand. Just you take a moment and go and be at rest. That's what I'm thankful for, because I got the victory, and the Father gave me a helpmate along the way. I ain't got no problems. I'm just watching it drop. I'm just watching it happen, because that's what he told us to do, right? To be watchers. See, we are orators. The Father speaks for us. It tells us that when you go before the magistrate, give me that one, your car. When it says, when you go before the magistrate, don't be concerned about what you're going to say. Don't pre-write anything. Tonight, I didn't have anything pre-written. My book that I write all of my shows in is empty for tonight, because I needed to rest. I took a hit. Knowing I got the victory, the Most High says, you don't have to worry about your priest. Just go and put one foot in front the other. Put one foot in front the other in my name, and I'll make your inch a foot. I'll make your inch a mile. I just need you to go forward. Yes, Proverbs 18:22. Whoso findeth a wife findeth a good thing and obtaineth favor in the Most High. Yes, that's not the one I asked you for, but yes, your call. That's it. That is the one. Thank you. Something in front of my face. Oh, that's my beard. But understand, as it says, and by a prophet, the Most High brought Yasharallah out of Egypt. And by a prophet, he was preserved. In this time, we are to be watchers, we are to be messianic, we are to relay the words of the prophets. By no means do I call myself a prophet. I call myself a servant, a willing servant that will fit any position the Most High puts me on his team. I just want to be on the team. I'm simple with it. I just want to be on the team. And just like my jobs in my life, whenever I got on a job, I excelled. I expect the same thing when he allows me to be on his team. I'm I'm gonna get a higher spot. I'm gonna get as close as I can get to him. That's what I'm trying to get. You know what I'm saying? How close can I get? Can I plead my case, Yasha? Can I get close to you? Yeah. See, as I talk about the Aborigine and I talk about this group here, Yasha, as it tells us, has his portion. What do y'all think that means? What do you think that means when it says the Most High says Yasha has a portion and that I'm going to have a mixed multitude? What do you think that means? I mean, really ponder and meditate on that. Yasha got a portion, but he has a mixed multitude. Most High says righteousness is his rule or his criteria to be a part of his crew. So my Aborigine that don't have the Yasha story, that only has the Great Spirit, as long as they are being righteous, they are part of the mixed multitude. See, the Aborigine don't have this message. You understand what I'm saying, y'all? The Aborigine does not have Yasha's story. The scripture tells us that Yasha has his portion. He has his portion for his people that he died for, that he came here for. And he stated clearly the lost sheep of Yasharala. He did not say the Gentiles. He did not say the other mixed multitudes. Said for that. The Most High doubled down in scripture and said, because he did that in Isaiah, that is his portion. That has that testimony. Well, there's the testimony of righteousness that the Most High honors. There's a testimony of the Aborigine. There's a testimony of the pre-Shemitic or pre-Noah era. So because we got Noah with Shem, Ham, and Japheth, you telling me that Enoch, you telling me that Jared, you're telling me that these people don't have a testimony? They didn't have kids? That didn't live in other places? You know that for a fact. See, my Aborigine don't know that for a fact. Nor does my Bible thumpers know that for a fact. The Most High says, you're going to be astonished at who my people are. Are we small-minded, Yasharala and Ephraim, to think that it's only the blacks in America? That it's only the ones that came in the slave ships? Are we understanding the totality of our Father? Or are we doing like Bruce Lee tells us not to do? Not to focus on the finger, because then you'll miss the heavenly glory. See, the Most High is the one that knows the plan. The Most High, the great, thank you from the four corners of the earth we're scattered. The Most High knows the plan. It is for Ephraim to not envy Judah and for Judah to not vex Ephraim. See, the Father says in the last days, that's what we have to do. So that's why the Aborigine and the Hebrew have to come together because of those scriptures. And the Aborigine may not see it, but you, Ephraim, you, Yasharala, you, Ivri, you, Yahudi, you, Jerusalem, has to be that olive branch. Oh, I'm going hard with the references tonight. You have to be the root. Because understand, their ways, the righteous ones, are the same as ours. Their green corn festival, just like ours. Their belief in the family, just like us. So, tonight, one second, guys. Sorry about that, guys. Nose got a little stopped up. Anyway, so the grafted in, exactly. So understand that Ephraim provoked him to anger most bitterly. Therefore shall he leave his blood upon him. His reproach shall his creator return unto him. So our people from the four corners, no matter if they're Aborigine, no matter if they follow our migration from Jerusalem into the interiors of Africa, all the way to the west coast, all the way up to Safar or Tarshish, to Spain, Portugal, and the south of France. Whether your bloodline follows that or you follow the bloodline of the Aborigine, we're all under the Most High, and we're all governed by righteousness over iniquity. And whomever stands for righteousness will be with us shoulder to shoulder with the Most High. We have to show that what we are doesn't resemble anything like Catholicism, because that's what our Aborigine are concerned about. Our Aborigine communities are concerned that us as Hebrews are about to bring in the hermeneutical thought process, the hermeneutics doctrine over to them. And we can't. We have to study to show thyself approved, to know the Torah and bring the Torah. They're not concerned about the New Testament whatsoever. And we have to understand that we know what Yasha is. We know what Yasha did for us. We understand the flim flam that has been done. But for them, you have to understand they want no parts of it. Exactly, my brother. True, my brother. I get it, my brother. But you have to understand that we know that. That we the only ones that know that we are those people. They have a different understanding. We have to understand that us as Yehuda, as Ivri, we followed false gods. The Aborigine, when they argue with me about us being Hebrews, that's what I get the most. Y'all followed this guy. Y'all was into this. Y'all did Baal. Y'all was this. Y'all. That was a sect of us that did it. That was definitely a sect of us that did this. And we still do it to this day. So you gotta understand that they are looking at us like, it don't look no different to me. And they have to explain, and that's why that sweat equity that you talked about, my brother Allen, that's what we have to do in that community, that sweat equity of showing them that we are not representing that we are not a part of that. We have to show them that what they are, that they, at one point in time, strayed away from the Creator. That they believe that they came from corn stalks. That they believe in alligators and gods of animals and us and made these effigies. At some point, the Aborigine has to come face to face that they started believing in things other than the Most High. I'm not sure that they are there yet, but that's going to be the cross. The Aboriginal community has to acknowledge that they went left. We have to acknowledge to them that we went left. We have to then come together and get back to what we were supposed to be doing. And I'm going to leave y'all with that tonight. And I pray that Ephraim does not vex. Well, yeah, that Ephraim no longer vex. I had no more envy for Judah, and Judah will no longer vex Ephraim. And that we understand as a whole, iniquity is iniquity. We have to stop giving other people, entertainers, that have bought into the system, because my brother Dave said he took the shot. We have to understand that family to entertainers that are in the system, that are still screaming about the woes of our day, it's cool to appreciate them doing that, but know that they are still participating in that woe. And as Dave Chappelle said so eloquently last night, his issue with the women in the Me Too movement is that wearing a black dress wasn't going to do anything. That you had to fire your agents. You have to get off the bus. Well, we as Yehuda, us as Jerusalem, we also have to get off the bus of giving them praise and honor for just getting close enough to speaking the truth. We have to get off the bus of cock riding them. Facts. We have to understand that we have the scepter. And if they come close, just like our child that comes close, we do not give them awards for participation. We give them awards for achievement. We, as Jerusalem, have to get off the bus of giving praise to these entertainers and to these people that are continually being a part of the system that is getting us. They are the smoking mirrors. They are the liberal whites. They are the ones that are perpetuating this system because of their participation. Our scripture tells us to come out of her. That is what we have to do. So I appreciate Dave for his critique, for his defense of our people. But I say to you, Dave, you did leave 50 million at the table. There's a little bit more to go. Yes, you did drop some gems and continue to do so. But if you're afraid of being poor and not understand the richness of no sin, then that same riches is going to consume you, my brother, until you understand that the only riches is being in the Father's house, in his good graces, and not in the world of sin. That is the riches of our life and the life after this. So as Yehuda, Yerushalayim, take Dave's words. Get off the bus. Don't just wear the black dress and protest at the party. Thank you, Yakar, for saying it was a great class. All praises. So that's our show for the night. That's really the Most High's lesson for the night, because I did not have this prepared. The Father gave this to me from the beginning to the end. And I give all praises to him for his words. So I just stand on him and willing to let this flesh bleed to stand on the words he gave me. All praise unto the Most High. I pray that you are the same in this hour. We'll see you guys on Cultural Appropriation Wednesday night. We will try to be on time for 8:30, 9 o'clock. We will try.